filthiest people on this planet is athletes and entertainers, okay? You, with this show, have done more for the humanity than 99% of all the athletes and entertainers on the planet. But they've even tricked you to believe that you ain't nothing but doo-doo and they something big. They ain't nothing but a piece of man. All of them, a handful of them will break through, like Ali. Handful of them will break through.
Now, that's the late, great Dick Gregory talking about Hollywood and athletes and entertainers being looked at as, how do I say, influential, so to speak. I think that's just the light way of putting it. Now, this video was posted in response to what's happening with Diddy. You know, a lot of clips have been resurfacing since, you know, Jay-Z's name popped up. We also have Clive Davis, who helped Diddy create the Bad Boy label, who don't even remember Diddy, which we're going to get into. We're also going to talk about how Kamala Harris is connected to Sean Diddy Combs and allegedly were in a sexual relationship. Allegedly, I don't know. And then we're going to talk about why Jay-Z won't go to jail even if he did anything nefarious. Now, the very first thing I mentioned was Clive Davis. Now, he's an OG sicko in the music industry, somebody wrote. He is part of a cycle that has destroyed so many artists. And in this clip, he pretends to not hear the questions about Diddy and then acts like he doesn't even know who he is.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Like puppy. The status of puppy. Yeah.
What do you make of that situation? All right. No comment from Clive Davis on P. Diddy. Mr. Davis, you're a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Sean Combs? Any comment, Mr. Davis? Any comments about Diddy? He credits you as one of his mentors.
Somebody seen this clip and said there will come a time where these people won't feel as safe walking down the street. Buckle up and grab your popcorn because 2025 is going to be a wild ride. We got to shout out to Cat Williams for setting the tone for 2024. But yeah, and then the response to that was actually, I do believe the time is near. I do believe we are in the time now where we're seeing the dismantlement, if that's a word. We're seeing Hollywood being dismantled, the entertainment industry elites being exposed for who they really are. Somebody says he's going with the too dumb to stand trial Biden defense. It's deaf. The reply to that was it deaf appears to be setting up for that for sure. I don't know, man. Diddy just looking in trouble, man. You got people out here, you know what I mean, who started with you, who don't even acknowledge you. Granted, the man is old. I ain't gonna lie, the man is old, dog. You can tell he dyes his hair. Okay, like he dyes his hair, right? Now, what is this? It says declassification and exposure coming soon. 17 million paid by Congress too. Prosecutors are offering Sean Diddy Combs a path to freedom, but it's at a price. In exchange, they're pressuring him to expose the full network of y'all, forgive me for my reading tonight. Individuals allegedly tied to his trafficking ring and network. Authorities are seeking names of celebrities, athletes, studio heads, agents, and influential business figures who might be linked to Combs' crimes. The offer is clear. If Diddy starts naming names, he could secure bail and remain free while awaiting trial. This was from Ezra A. Cohen. This obviously isn't coming from a news article. We're just seeing what's being reported on in the streets. And now we see him in the photo with Ellen DeGeneres, who decided to leave the USA following Trump winning. You got Oprah Winfrey, who accepted money from Kamala Harris, even though she's a billionaire. You got Prince Harry there. You got Mayor Adams there. You got Barack Obama there. Yeah, it's a lot going on that we see right here. Now, told y'all this is somehow a connection between Kamala Harris and Diddy in a stunning new leak that says Kamala Harris was allegedly in a sexual relationship with Sean Diddy Combs. Now, we know about her relationship with Montel Williams. We know about, Willis. But this all comes as allegation from a tweet from Kamala Harris on April 10th, 2020 that says, "Thank you, Diddy, for hosting this town hall last night. There's a lot at stake for our communities right now, and it's critical we bring, and now it's critical we bring to the forefront how coronavirus is perpetuating racial inequality and health disparities." How does this conclude the allegation of them actually having some sort of relationship? I don't know. Maybe we'll find something out in the comments. It says their list of homosexual partners are long and sleazy individuals. The list is available from Willie Brown. I just said Willie, man. I just said it. She was in a sexual relationship with Combs, Montel, all of them. Everyone knows it. So yeah, let me not scroll down too far before we see something that's going to get this video taken down. But that's the word on that. What else do we got? Okay, now we diving into what's going on with Jay-Z. And she's going to be talking about why Jay-Z won't go to jail even if he did anything nefarious. This is Divine Goddess, or D Goddess 27 on X. Make sure y'all go follow her ASAP. But let's hear what she got to say.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Ahmad Shakur. Now, in light of all the allegations that have been levied against Diddy, and now Jay-Z has been dragged into it, well, a lot of people think that Jay-Z is going to end up in jail just like Diddy, but I absolutely don't think so. So let's get into it. First of all, let's not forget that his attorney, Alex Spiro, has affiliations with the CIA. He actually worked with them in a fellowship program while he was attending Harvard University. Please pay attention. As you can see here, it says, yes, Alex Spiro, the lawyer for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, completed a fellowship at the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, while attending Harvard Law School. Okay, please pay attention. Jay-Z is also affiliated with very important people in the upper echelon, and he's corporate and seen and viewed as a businessman rather than some thug off the streets like Diddy has presented himself in many cases out here, getting into brawls, putting paws on people and things like that. Well, Jay-Z has carried himself in an entirely different manner. Anything nefarious that he may allegedly have done, it was clearly in private and kept under the rug, but Diddy has put himself out there just acting like a whole thug. Please pay attention. Take the Cassie video, for example. That just showed us how thuggish and ruggish Diddy can in fact get. But Jay-Z, on the other hand, when Solange Knowles attacked him in that elevator, well, he handled that like a gentleman, unlike Diddy. Okay, please pay attention. Even though Trump once went in on Jay-Z, they supposedly mended their fences. Now, this is what Trump had to say about Jay-Z when he sat down for a talk with Van Jones on CNN about the people who look like me and the unemployment rate. Trump said, somebody please inform Jay-Z that because of my policies, unemployment for people who look like me has just been reported to be at the lowest rate ever recorded. Okay, so he clearly, was giving Jay-Z the business. But then supposedly he made this deal with Trump. This is all alleged, but it was reported that Jay-Z did endorse Joe Biden in exchange for a pardon for Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Now, mind you, this was in 2020 when Trump ran, and also Trump going in on him about the unemployment rate, that was in 2018. As you can see, Variety reported having an interesting story about how Jay-Z reportedly made a deal with Donald Trump to not campaign or endorse Joe Biden in exchange for a full pardon for Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Let's not forget that the CEO of Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, was in fact working with the FBI as a whole informant for years. So she has ties to the FBI. And, some have said that Jay-Z also does. Now, mind you, again, this is all alleged. So ties to the FBI, ties to President Trump, and ties to the CIA. Yeah, Jay-Z's not going to jail. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't be going to jail, but what I'm saying is he absolutely isn't. Please pay attention. Besides, if Jay-Z was actually to be convicted of anything, I'm pretty sure Trump would pardon him.
I don't know. I think it's a good perspective, and if it all is true, because I haven't had time to vet it all. By the way, everything that we're covering right now, I got to make sure I put the disclaimer that it's all alleged, nothing has been proven in any court, and none like that. And we all just waiting on these people to have their day to be able to find out what really took place. But I'll say, man, I don't know the details enough to be able to say that that's true or false. But if it is true, then man, Now, just to further this, the Diddy lawsuit taking a turn as Jay-Z, Sean Carter is now implicated. The case exposes alleged ties to a sinister sex and power ring. Could this be the beginning of the end of the Carters that they wrote? Puff Daddy and Jay-Z have been doing this since the 90s, they say, not to mention the deaths that happened around them. So I hope that all this is, all the evidence comes to light. All of this is reported on X, but Redacted did about a 4.5 minute piece on this. I want to check this out with y'all real quick.
Well, a lawsuit against Diddy has been refiled now to include Jay-Z, the husband of Beyonce, whose real name is Sean Carter. Many, of course, have been waiting for the Carters to be implicated in Diddy's sex and horror ring of power. Is this the first shoe to drop here? Well, the suit filed by an anonymous plaintiff claims that Jay-Z also raped her when she was 13 years old. And this happened after the VMA Awards. Now, we've heard of this case before. It revolves around accusations after the Video Music Awards back in the year 2000. The case originally mentioned Diddy and a male and a female celebrity who were unnamed at the time. It's curious why they were left out of this at the time.
Well, the lawyer says why. He goes on to, we're going to take a look at his statement. He says, originally we filed this anonymously and went to Jay-Z's lawyer. And we were going to allow him to remain anonymous because we wanted sort of off the books mediation. But it's Jay-Z who countersued us and sued us for. So let's take a look because the case we've talked about this before. Originally had male and female walk into the room while Diddy was doing the sexual assaulting. The male then took turns to do his own raping while the woman was there. We don't know who this woman is. Again, in 2000, Beyonce was not married to Jay-Z, so we don't know. Jennifer Lopez was Diddy's date at that awards show. Yeah. So could have been either of those ladies. We just don't know.
Or somebody else.
Yeah,
right?
It could have been somebody completely unrelated. We don't know, but what the lawsuit says is that person was famous. So who was around those dudes who was famous at the time? We're not accusing anybody, just so it's clear that it's not clear right now. Now, here's Jay-Z's statement in response to this. He claims that Tony Busby, which is the lawyer who's filed this, has a pattern of these type of theatrics and goes after celebrities for large settlements. He says he's not going to settle. He's not going to give one red penny. He says the real victims here is his family, his wife, because now they have to sit down their children and explain what they're going to go through. I would be surprised if his children had not already had inklings of this. His daughter, his oldest, is about to turn 13. And of course she knew that his dad is mentioned in this, in the wake of the Diddy accusations. Interestingly enough, she'll turn 13 in January. 13 is the age of the victim in this case, the plaintiff. So we must consider all 13-year-olds equally. We don't know, right? Okay, we're going to leave, again, innocent until proven guilty. These are claims. But yes, we should consider all 13-year-olds. Mr. Busby released his own statement saying his client is actually not seeking money. She sought a confidential mediation and that it was Jay-Z who sued him under a pseudonym a few weeks ago, saying that his firm sent a letter to his lawyer in behalf of the alleged victim. He says, since the letter, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact. The plaintiff, he says, is now emboldened and he's proud of her and that they're going to fight this out in the court and not in the media. Obviously, he thinks he has a case, but you have to wonder if he has proof, the government must have this proof too, right?
Right.
Why is this a civil case? Why is this not a criminal case?
Is it because it's past a statute of limitations now? I mean, 2000, that's 24 years ago. 24 years ago, and I think there's a statute of limitations on criminal, right? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't know if it's state to state or not, but... Well,
in New York, we know that the statute of limitations was removed in order for E. Jean Carroll to accuse Donald Trump. We know that. But that was a civil case. It never became a criminal case. So yeah, it's a good question. What is the statute of limitations for a civil case for sexual abuse of a minor? I don't think I don't know. And is there anything ongoing that the government would know? Will there be a criminal case and we're just waiting because this is playing out in an Epstein-esque way? We don't know.
I say this is just the beginning, man. It's really a whole lot more people that's about to get ready to get implicated for Diddy to get his freedom. I truly believe he behind that thing, definitely going, you know what? Who else do I need to tell on? I'm already caught. Might as well go ahead and start getting everybody. You know what I mean? If I get my sentence reduced, I suspect P. Diddy will trickle more nuggets out along the way. I'm pretty sure. Let's read a few comments. Oh man, this story is going to completely pop off when the details are out there. Hey, y'all, cut that alarm off. This couldn't be less shocking. What's really sad is if they were doing this, then there's a good chance it was or is happening to their kids. Wow. Hopefully more speak out and they all go down, whomever are actually responsible for this heinous